Hello, this is John McQuay with 8541 Tactical. Today we're out here on our rainy range day with the SIG Blaser Tactical 2. This very interesting rifle I've been wanting to review for a little while. One of the main features that makes this bolt action rifle different from the rest is it uses a straight pull bolt. What that means is to operate it, to close the bolt, you simply push the bolt forward. When you want to open the bolt, to cycle the action, you simply pull it straight back. It makes operating the action very fluid and very quick. Now, I've had a love-hate relationship with the Tactical 2. I've had several different occasions of firing it. The first one, the rifle really didn't function well. We had some issues. The second time went a little bit better, but again, the rifle wasn't set up for me. This is the first time that I've got a chance to be able to actually come out to the range, set up the rifle for my build, and see what kind of accuracy we're capable of. So without further ado, let's get to it. A couple of the unique features of the Tactical 2 are that the stock is fully adjustable for the user. You can adjust the height of the comb by this dial here. Just simply loosen it, raise or lower the comb. You can adjust the length of pull by this wheel here. Once you get your adjustments made, you can mark them. You can even adjust the cant of the cheek piece. You can get them locked in. That way, if you have numerous shooters on the same system, you can dial in your own personal adjustments when it's time for you to shoot the rifle. One of the other interesting features that the Tactical 2 has is what's commonly called a butt spike or a monopod. By adjusting this wheel here, you'll notice that we have a monopod that will telescope in and out. Once you get the gross adjustments set up, simply lock the wheel down. Then you can fine-tune it by turning the bottom of the monopod. It's very quick to get set up, very easy to use. Not sure how well it would work on wet or muddy terrain since the bottom is fairly small, but when you're shooting off of a bench or off of a hard surface, it works very well. Now, the Tactical 2 utilizes a composite magazine. It's a 5-round magazine and it has metal feed lips here. The magazine is one of the parts of the Tactical 2 that I really dislike. First of all, loading the magazine, when you go to push a round down into it, the feed lips slide up and down in the magazine. I'm not sure if that's a design feature or if that was an after effect, but when you go to load the round by pushing it in, the feed lips want to go down. It makes it just a little bit more fiddly when you go to load. It takes you just a little bit longer because those lips float up and down. The other thing that I've really disliked about the Tactical 2 is when you go to insert the magazine, if you do it with some vigor, you'll generally have the top round either come a little bit out of battery or come completely out of the feed lips. If we loaded this with 5 rounds and then really snapped it in there, it'll actually pop that top round out. I'll demonstrate here in just a second. Okay, we're going to go ahead and load this to magazine capacity, which is 5 rounds. As you can see, you have to push them way down to get that next one in. Now when we go to insert it, we actually had 2 rounds come out that time. Let's go ahead and try this again. Now bear in mind, this is a single stack magazine, so there's only 1 cartridge at the top. There's not enough room in those feed lips to really push a cartridge down in there unless you really wedge the feed lips apart. Again, we'll go to insert it, snap it home, and that time we have 1 round come off. In my opinion, that is really not acceptable for a tactical rifle. If you have to reload a tactical rifle, you're going to be doing so with a little bit of adrenaline in your system, and it'd be very easy for you to slap it home a little too hard and pop that top round out. Now, as you notice, when we inserted it normally, there's no problem at all. The magazine slips in and it seats in well. Okay, we've got our target set up downrange at 100 yards. We're going to go ahead and load up, fire 5 rounds downrange. We're just going to see what kind of accuracy we get. I've set up the camera where you can see the operation of the bolt. We're not going to do this at a rapid pace for this string. It'll just give you an idea how the rifle operates. That's 5 rounds at a rather leisurely pace. We'll go down here in just a few minutes and we'll take a look at what we've got on the target. Now we've printed the rifle on paper. We're just going to run 5 into a steel plate downrange real fast, pretty much as fast as I can run the bolt on this thing, and we'll see what kind of speed it's capable of. And that was a 6 trigger pull just for good measure. One of the drawbacks of the straight pull bolt, there isn't a whole lot of feel when you're running the bolt forward versus, for instance, the AI Accuracy Enforcement Mark II. When you go to chamber the round on the AE Mark II, you can actually feel it pick up the round out of the magazine. On the Tactical 2, you can't so much feel it pick up the round. This can cause you to fire that last trigger pull even though it's an empty chamber. Okay, we knocked out a quick 20 rounds through the rifle. These top 2 groups are 168 grain Federal Gold Medal match. These bottom 2 groups are 175 grain Black Hills match. Now if you take a look at them, that one is probably me, that shot that's tossed up there. I think you can see the progression of me getting used to the rifle shooting through here. But all of these groups are pretty much acceptable. They're all sub-MOA. I'm not going to tell you what this rifle's capable of because we get into too much of that in the gun reviews. This is a quarter-minute rifle. This is a half-minute rifle. It would really take me quite a bit more than 20 rounds to tell you exactly what kind of accuracy this rifle's capable of. But this gives you a good idea here. This last group is probably going to measure under a 1/4 inch. And that's just me firing off the bipod with the rear spike, not really trying to get bench rest type groups. So this gives you a broad view of what that rifle's capable of. Okay, this was our down and dirty quick overview of the Blaser Tactical 2 from SIG. The question that's going to come up is the rifle worth it? It has a pretty hefty price tag. It's got some pretty stiff competition out there. The things the rifle has going for it is, it looks cool. It's got kind of a racy space gun design. You've got the extremely huge free float, the fully exposed barrel. It's got the straight pull action. There aren't a lot of straight pull rifles that you see out on the range, save some old Swiss surplus rifles. So it's got a unique mode of operation. It's fully adjustable for a range of shooters. You can put your kid on it, you can put your wife on it. If you're a fairly big dude, you can shoot it. You can shrink it down for some more slender shooters. Comes with the monopod already built in. That saves you a little bit of additional expense. It's already set up for a Harris bipod on the front. They're very quick to go on. It has flush cups already built into the stock, so you can take your flush cup equipped sling and snap it into anywhere there are cup mounts on the side. There are 2 on each side. It's got a very nice trigger on it. The trigger on these are fully adjustable. This one has been set fairly light. It still has no creep, no take up, no over travel to really speak about. It's a fairly nice rifle. I think though when you put it up against rifles such as the Accuracy International lineup, you start to see some weaknesses about it. Accuracy is going to be similar. Again, with only 20 rounds down the tube, I can't really tell you straight off the bat if it's going to be more accurate or less accurate than my Accuracy International Mark II. It holds its own though. It has more than enough accuracy for any law enforcement or military job. One of the advantages of the Tactical 2 that we didn't get into is you can swap the barrel and swap the bolt for different calibers. Since there is no real receiver to talk about, the actual bolt locks in to the barrel, then it allows you to have a few more options. One of the other advantages of the Tactical 2 is you can swap it to a left-hand bolt. By replacing the bolt handle assembly, you can run the bolt handle on the left side. with a straight pull action and a left-handed bolt that would actually allow a right-handed shooter to stay on the rifle and operate the bolt with his off hand, with the support side hand. The butt spike would enhance that. So it's got some unique features. If it is worth it, that's going to be up to you to decide. I like the rifle. If you were going to give it to me, I'd be more than happy to take it. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the comments. I will try to cover them for you. Thank you. You have a good day.